सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति। We'll take up clarification first and then we move on to the verses. The question in relation to the last week session. As far as spiritual evolution is concerned, except for one's occupation and everyday activities, the 4 ashramas are more or less the same for humanity facing the problem of emotional bondage, attachment in general. Statement is, all 4 stages has this bondage. What is the cutoff point for a grihastha to increase the circle of identification? Meaning, transitory phase. How does a person, what are the broad indicators for a grihastha to increase the circle of identification? Second question, what is the attitude and action of a grihastha, the yogi, sannyasi and jnani? Second clarification. The third clarification, what are the different grades, states in karma yoga for a yogi? Because in karma yoga itself there are grades. So what are those grades? Okay. First question. What is the cutoff point for a grihastha, meaning a normal human being? Grihastha meaning a normal human being to increase the circle of identification. In other words, the question is, how does one know when to increase their circle of identification? That's the question. Correct? Answer. By yourself, you will never know to increase the circle of identification. Left to yourself, you will not know, you wouldn't do. Why? Because you have attachment at that level. Are you able to follow? Since you have an attachment at that level, what is the cutoff point for the child to overcome the toys? What is the cutoff point? The cutoff point for the child to leave the toys and leave the toy world to take up something higher means, what is the cutoff point? Knowledge is the cutoff point. Unless you gain the knowledge and something higher is fed. Are you able to follow? Unless knowledge is gained and something higher is fed, you would not know how to. What is the cutoff point? 1. Are you okay with the first clarification? Second, you are asking as though mind is a machine. There is a cutoff point, it goes and then it will not fall back. All these questions that most asks, you all assume that mind is a mechanical model. If it goes up means second gear la potu car move panniyachna, it will keep going in the second gear only. Automatically, if the gear comes to the first gear, now what will I do? That is the problem of life. Are you able to follow? You change the gear and you move on to second gear, third gear. Something happens and the gear comes back to the lower gears by itself. That is where you will not know what to do. Are you able to follow? because of the assumption that mind is a mechanical model. Mind is not a mechanical model. It is a fluctuating thing. It goes up and down. Are you able to follow? Since the nature of the mind is to keep going up and down, it is very difficult to precisely fix. That's where when people ask, precisely tell me, Krishna says, precisely it cannot be told. Why it cannot be told precisely? Because what is the equipment from which you are asking the question? The mind. What are you a victim of? The mind. And what is the nature of the mind? The nature of the mind is to fluctuate. Since the nature of the mind is to fluctuate, what will happen? It keeps moving up and down. Therefore, what does one do? How does one recognize the cutoff point then? At your comfortable level, pitch up something higher, where that higher will, any situation that you go through in your day-to-day life will not disturb that higher vision. So pitch up something which is slightly higher. Are you able to follow? I'll explain this. Formula is this. You pitch up something higher, which your day-to-day life, that which you have pitched up higher is not too much in contrast, contradicting to your everyday life. If you pitch up something like that, the fluctuations will be very high. Are you able to follow? You have a set of comfortable routine activities. Everybody has a set of comfortable routine activities. Higher means something which is slightly above this. Higher means something which is slightly above this. Though we keep hearing about sannyasi, though we keep hearing about disassociate, the I is, you are say I am the Atman. Though you keep hearing all that, don't think that all this can be, you are told, you are asked to do any of this. You are explained what it is. When something is explained what it is, you take it as you are asked to do. You are asked to do. You are told to do. You are not told to do that. You are only asked to theoretically understand. But your problem is, as soon as you hear, you want to, even before the hearing is complete, you want to put it into practice. Not only you want to put it into practice, you want to be a perfect practitioner also. How is it possible? This is asking too much from your own self. This is asking too much from your own self. You are putting too much of pressure on yourself. So what do you do then? Karma yoga, the question. How does one increase the circle of identification? What is the transitory point? The transitory point is where an effort is required to get out of your current attachment. That is the transitory point. Everybody has attachment to something. A person may be attached to the family. A person may be attached to the job, profession. A person may be attached to the business. A person may be attached to something. So everybody has something which is, to which they are predominantly attached. To that predominant attachment, they will be spending so much of time on that. They will be spending so much of time on that. So how does one actually go about it? First thing, if you have to increase the circle of identification, first thing, you have to reduce your possessions. When you start reducing your possessions, that much time you need not spend on that. Are you able to follow? You need not spend that much time on that. So first thing to increase the circle of identification is not to worry about your greatest attachment. Don't start there. Never start with your weakest point. Don't start with your weakest point. You think knowledge means it will straight away come and attack your weakest point, and you will come out like a phoenix bird. Huh? So don't start with your weakest point. Always start with something that is manageable. What is it? Make an conscious effort of reducing your possessions. Why? Because more possessions means what? More possessions, more maintenance, more time on it. Where is the time for you to take up something higher and do? One. Second is reduce some regular activity and replace it with some service oriented activity. Reduce your everyday regular activity and replace it with some service activity. Are you able to follow? When we say all these things, immediately you will say, no, sir, Vedanta says it's all attitude only. No, why can't I practice it as an attitude? If we say practice it as an, are you able to follow? If we say reduce your possessions and whatever your activities are, start reducing that and start doing some direct service oriented activity. If you say that, immediately the mind will say, because of its attachment, it will say, no, sir, in some other class you said there's no need to change the activity and all. What it means is only the attitude. Therefore, why can't I spend more time with my children? Detached. Why can't I spend more time with the job? Detached. Are you able to follow how the mind fluctuates? Therefore, what you need to do? Cut off point. First thing is reduce your possessions. Reduce your possession means, what is reducing your possession means? In a simpler language, stop acquiring. Stop acquiring. வாங்கறது நிப்பாட்டணும். Stop buying. அதான் it means. Stop buying. But this is important. This is important. This is important. You will start tick mark. This is important. This is important. This is important. And down the line, where will you end up? You will exactly end up where? You will exactly end up where you are now, because down the line, everything is important. Are you able to follow? Therefore, what happens? How the mind is having a vicious grip on you. Even at the material level, you need to start from there. Are you able to follow? First is reduce your possessions. Reduce your possession means stop acquiring. Stop acquiring. Abdinaka, correct, sir. One more house I will not buy. One more car I will not buy. Yeah. What does stop acquiring means? At least on a, don't practice all this, sir. If any one of you start doing all this, I am not responsible. Huh? Venkat. Very, very clear. At least you can go and buy your vegetables every day rather than putting it on the fridge. Are you able to follow? It means there is no acquisition. Don't do all that now. Corona is increasing so much. Don't go out only. You really don't know what is, whether the increase or decreasing and all. I really don't. Are you able to follow? First thing is what? Stop acquiring. What is stopping acquiring means? At least start with something which is very minimum, where you really don't have to. You really don't have to keep so much. For what? No, sir, it is a very refrigerator is there. It is so that I can do something better. No. Okay. You have been hoarding and doing all this. What better you did? Are you able to follow? Therefore, stop acquiring means what? Minimum things like this you do on a regular everyday basis. Are you able to follow? First thing is reduce your acquisitions. Acquisition, we think house, car, stock market, clear. Shankar will say shares, mutual funds, idella acquisition. That is not. That is also part of acquisition. But don't start from there. Don't start from there. Start from that which you can do daily. It means how much the mind doesn't cooperate. Are you able to follow? It means what? Raga Dvesha is playing. This is how you cut off point. What is the cut off point? First thing is reduce your acquisitions. Second thing is reduce your current activities. Somewhere you reduce your current activities and consciously make an effort to do some service activities. Are you able to follow? Sir, if I'm working in a company, what do I do? Service activity. If I'm working in a company, what do I do? Venkat retired, I can tell Venkat. Yeah, rest of the people don't practice this. Venkat, what is this? What is practicing higher when you are working every day? Again, disclaimer, don't practice this. Don't practice this, disclaimer. 1 month, 11 month, I will take salary from the company. 1 month, I will serve the company. That's the thought. That's all. Are you able to follow? 11 month, I will earn. 11 month, I will earn. 1 month, I will serve. It means you are clipping something. Are you able to follow? It means you are clipping something. All the owners will be very happy if the employees do that, no? That fellow who is owning, what that fellow must do? What that fellow must do? I will give 1 month extra salary to all my employees. Are you able to follow the principle? I'm just using this as an example to convey a point. If you can literally do that also, please do. You will not know how it will change your. You'll have no clue to how it dramatically changes you from inside. Are you able to follow? It means what? I am in an activity, and in that activity, I turn that activity into service. Then move on to something where you can go out and actually look for some direct service oriented activity. Yeah, that is why people ask. Otherwise, I have to tell everybody come to Vedanta Institute Madras. People there who are there only don't have any. What if everybody comes there? What will they do? Are you able to follow? What will they do? Then what is it? Where I am, I bring in this attitude of service. Are you able to follow? If you are retired, don't give this advice to somebody else. Just stay quiet, because you need not give up anything, and you can't tell somebody to give up. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? This is how you can actually do the cutoff point. This is how you can actually do it. Now, okay, you spoke about this person, you spoke about this. What about a question is house husband and the what do I do, sir? Yeah, because there is a house husband, there is a housewife. Yeah. So if I'm a house husband, what do I? If I'm a house husband, what do I do? Or if I'm a housewife, what do I? Because there's no need to say only housewife, because there are so many house husbands, which is not wrong. There is wrong. What is wrong? Yeah. If there can be a housewife, why can't there be a house husband also? So if I am a house husband or housewife, what do I? What do I do? Same principle. You have a regular set activity. Cut off 2 in that activity and consciously make an effort to do some service. Meaning, do some activity outside the circle of the house. Do some activity outside the circle of the house. Housewife means, when you say housewife or house husband, what does it mean? The circle is the house. Correct? That's what we mean. No, housewife means what? House husband means what? Unemployed fellow. The circle is, for the regular activity, the circle is the house. So what do? You choose an activity, you consciously find out an activity outside the circle. Whatever be it, you need to figure it out what it is, find it out, and then do it. This is how the cutoff point you can arrive at. Are you able to follow? This is how you can arrive at a cutoff point for everybody. Practically, I'm saying something which is very in a very practical way. Yeah. Krishna is talking at such a very high level of yogi, sannyasi, and jnani. I'm going to get into that now. But before that, finish the clarification. Are you able to follow? Is it okay? This is how you actually, the formula I told you, you need to apply the formula. For individual specific things cannot be discussed. The general formula. Seriya? That is the first clarification. What is the attitude and action of a householder, yogi, sannyasi, jnani? That you don't worry. Verse number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he is going to talk about that. As I am talking in those verses, I'll keep talking here and there. Mentally, you make a note and you have to figure it out. I can't give a tabular column. Grihastha, A, B, C, D. Yogi, A, B, C, D. Are you able to follow? Because he's going to, in these few verses, the topic itself is yogi, sannyasi, and jnani. So whenever we talk about yogi, sannyasi, and jnani, we will talk about the two things. What are the two things? What is his attitude and what is his action? What is his attitude and what is his action? Okay, bye. What are the different grades in Karma Yoga itself for a yogi, which is where we left last week. This is where we left last week. I said a Karma Yogi also goes through grades. Just as in everything happens in grades. Growth doesn't happen as black and white. From the seed, it doesn't become a tree. Are you able to follow? The seed doesn't straight away become a tree. The seed goes through stages in order to become the tree. The destination is the tree. Well, you can't even say destination. Destination is the fruit to the destination. But then it starts with the seed and it goes through grades. So first thing you understand is everything goes through grades. In an object, the grades can be defined very clearly. Like the seed, seedling, sapling, small tree. You can talk about the grades very clearly there. Physical body also you can talk about it very clearly. Infancy, teenage, middle age, old age. There also it can be spoken very, very clearly. Similarly, what are the stages in Karma Yoga? Broadly, you can say Karma Yoga, the grades of Karma Yoga in a very broad way. At the first stage, as I said last week. As I said last week, stages. What are the stages? I don't remember what I said in the last class. Take that also. What are the grades in the Karma Yoga? First thing is I need to do Karma Yoga. I need to do Karma Yoga. Second is I need to do Karma Yoga for a limited period of time. Then first I do it. Then I try to increase the time. After having come to a sufficient good time of Karma Yoga, I start bringing in the attitude and all that. Straight away don't try to bring in the attitude. That is why they say first do. There will be a lot of mistakes. Doesn't matter. Continue to do. There will be a lot of fall. There will be a lot of mistakes. Continue to do. Over a period of time, what happens? There will be a maturity in doing. What is a maturity in doing? You can bring in the right attitude. What is the right attitude in Karma Yoga? What is the right attitude to bring in Karma Yoga? What is it? In Karma Yoga, yeah, see, Namama, you have gone to the highest straight away. That is why you are not able to do. We are not going in stages. Are you able to follow? I am not the doer. I told very clearly in the last class, Karma Yoga will have a Karma Yoga, doership will be there in Karma Yoga. You cannot get rid of it. Then what is starting point of Karma Yoga? That what is the attitudinal change? The first attitudinal change in Karma Yoga. The first attitudinal change in Karma Yoga is after you. After you. The attitude of, are you able to follow? Swamiji gives his example. You open the door and you say, after you. You open the door and you say, after you. So the first attitudinal change in Karma Yoga is, are you able to follow how it is an attitudinal change? Okay. To put it very simply, if you are not doing Karma Yoga, what are you doing? Akarma Yoga, Akarma Yoga. If you are not doing Karma Yoga, what are you doing? Okay. In Karma Yoga, the other becomes important. In Karma Yoga, the other is important. If you are not doing Karma Yoga, by default, are you able to follow? In Karma Yoga, the other is important. If you are not doing Karma Yoga, by default, what happens? You are important, which is selfish. That is what selfishness is all about. Now, What is the first attitudinal change in Karma Yoga? You bring in the other. What is bringing in the other means? That is why the first grade. Now, we all have crossed the 2-3 stages. That's why I'm saying this. The first gradation is you get married and you bring in one more person into your life and say, you bring in one more person into your life and say, that person. Before you drink your coffee, you ensure that that person drinks coffee. The husband ensures wife gets the coffee. The wife ensures husband gets the coffee. No, that is unselfish. One man saying, bring my coffee, nukanda, that is selfish. Yeah, bring my coffee, no, that is it. So what is it? One person is brought into the life. And then what happens? Children comes. We all have come naturally. Yeah. Some have moved into grandchildren, great-grandchildren also. Yeah. All this has happened. But then what? But then when you come to one level, that because of lack of knowledge, you tend to get attached at that level. No doubt you moved from an earlier level and came to this level. Because of lack of knowledge, what happens? You get attached. You get attached. You are stuck at that level. So now we are stuck at the level of the family. We are stuck at the level of the family. So when we say you, there is no you here because all have become mine now. From before you marry, daughter of so and so, son of so and so, no? After marriage, daughter of so and so, son of so and so will be there for a few months. After a while, attachment has developed. What happens? After that, what happens? Daughter of so and so, son of so and so, poi. What will happen? What will come? My wife, my husband. It means the circle has, it's no more higher. Are you able to follow? It is no more higher. Then what happens? Children comes. Children varthukku munade mindness starts there. Okay, even before child comes, mindness comes there. Are you able to follow? So what is circle of identification? Instead of saying they are separate individuals and all that, which is what sannyasi will do. What is the Karma Yogi says? I increase my activity. What is the activity? From family being the center, family becomes secondary. Family will not be the center anymore. Family will become secondary and you are working for some higher. When you say we are working for some higher cause, means the time that you are spending there will be cut off and you will be doing something else. Are you able to follow? But I am part of a social service organization, sir. I am part of an NGO. Every day I'm going there and working. And in fact, I run quite a few service on institutions. What do I do? What do I do then? It has become my institute. It has become my thing. So what? Leave that and go higher. So always, what is it? Something some extra factor you bring into your life. Some extra factor you bring into your circle of duties. Some extra factor you bring into your circle of obligations. That is where we say, I will work in an NGO, I'll go and work on the service thing and all, as long as I have extra time. It is not an extra time. It is part of your everyday duty. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? This is how the gradation happens. We are still discussing the gradations. What are the gradations? Yogi, in Karma Yoga, what are the gradations? Like this, when you keep increasing the circle of identification, what is implied here? What is implied here is simultaneously every day you are doing your Shravana and Manana. It is implied here. It is understood here. Every day you are doing your Shravana and Manana. As you are doing your everyday Shravana and Manana, combined with this, only will bring about the continuous growth. Are you able to follow? So, why that need not be told? Every day 1 hour of Shravana and Manana need not be told, because it is like saying brush your teeth every day. That is implied, that you have to do it. Bathe every day. That need not be told. Similarly, Shravana Manana for 1 hour a day need not be told. For that is part of the everyday. So in Karma Yoga, what do? You increase the circle of identification, means the time that you spend taking up more and more and more responsibilities, duties, is what Karma Yoga is all about. Are you able to follow? You take up more. See, increasing the circle of identification means more responsibility, not to put it in another way. We all want to work, but responsibility we don't want to take. Why? Because responsibility means my raga dvesha has to be sacrificed. Are you able to follow? Responsibility means my raga dvesha has to be sacrificed. So what is Karma Yoga? Increase your responsibilities. As you are increasing your responsibilities, strength and energy and enthusiasm and motivation is required. Where does all that come from? That comes from the everyday Shravana and Manana. Are you able to follow? This is how the different grades happens. At one point of time, you yourself will know the cutoff point from yogi to sannyasi. Krishna said, of the two means of Karma Yoga and of the two means both yoga of action and sannyasa leads to the same goal, but yoga of action is better, he said. Why? Because if you are sannyasa, if you are not well prepared and fortified through karma yogas and all, and you don't mature, if you take up sannyasa, you will be a split personality. You will be a split personality. What is the split personality? Externally, you will put up an act of renunciation, but internally, you will be wanting it. Mityacharasya uchyate. This person is called the hypocrite. So rather than being a hypocritical sannyasi, it is better to be a battling karma yogi. Better than a hypocritical sannyasi. Hypocritical sannyasi is useless. Why? Because the personality is split. Rather than being a hypocritical sannyasi, it is better to be a battling karma yogi. Why? Why it is better to be a battling karma yogi? Because you are working at your level. You are working at your level. And what is your level? Your level is determined by your raga dvesha. What is your level? No, list out your know what is your raga dvesha. You know what your level is. Are you able to follow? You know your raga dvesha. You know what your level is. Therefore, work at your level means work at your level of raga dvesha and evolve. How do I know my raga dvesha? That is very easy to know. How do I know my raga dvesha? That is very easy to know. How do you know that? How volatile you are in a day. How fluctuating you are in a day. Are you able to follow? The frequency, remember these three words. The frequency, the intensity, the recovery. The frequency, the intensity, the recovery. Something of yours is said no, Abdinna. How quickly you can recover and get back to activity? Are you able to follow? If it is said no, the mind is so caught up in that it can't, till it gets what it wants, it will not allow you to do anything else. Are you able to follow? So the three words, what is it? The frequency, the intensity, the recovery. Karma yoga, if you do more and more karma yoga, the frequency of raga dvesha will be less. The intensity of the raga dvesha will be less. Recovery will be type பண்ணுங்க யாராவது. Recovery will be faster. Correct. Mohan. Correct. SRL Shankar fast nu போடுறார். அவர் தலையில ஒரு குட்டு வைங்க. Yeah, give him one knock in his head. SRL Shankar. Faster. Yeah, faster. It will be, the recovery will be faster. Are you able to follow? So what are the so it is better to be this than. So how do you know your level? Raga dvesha. What are the raga dvesha? Raga, how do you identify the raga dvesha? Your raga dvesha is known through the fluctuations. What is through the fluctuation? Take something which that person is not extremely liking, even ordinary like, take that and see how restless the person becomes till you get it. So the first is the frequency. Frequency means how often it is happening. Clear? Intensity means how intense the frequency is. If you don't have the knowledge, every time the frequency will be, if you don't have the knowledge, what happens? The demands will be there. The frequency will be more. Not only the frequency will be more, the intensity becomes higher and higher. Recovery period takes much time. Opposite. What is opposite? Karma yoga. Karma yoga. A yogi. Yogi means, here in this context, yogi. In this context, yogi means a grihastha, householder. Replace it like that. It becomes easy to follow. If you replace it like a householder, what are the three things? The frequency, the intensity, the recovery. Sometimes recovery takes few generations, Sometimes recovery takes few generations. The thought of that person, sight of that person, the whole thing comes back with a greater intensity. It means what? It means there is no karma yoga. Are you able to follow? Arjuna, better to be fighting with all that and growing gradually than being a hypocritical sannyasi. Therefore, in my opinion, Arjuna, what is better? In my opinion, Arjuna, what is better? Karma yoga is better. Action is better. Action is, karma yoga is better. Action is better. Exactly the same idea what he explained in the first 6-7 verses of chapter 3. He's repeating the same thing in a different way, that's all. There in chapter 3, he said you will be known as a, in chapter 3, he said you will be known as a mithyachara. You will be known as a hypocrite, he said. Here he's saying it is better. Independently, sannyas is better than action. Independently. But then we cannot discuss is sannyas better or action better, because who is the person to whom it is addressed? You cannot take the person away and discuss it like capitalism or communism. You cannot discuss it like that. You cannot discuss it like Congress or BJP. And you can't discuss it like that. Who is that? Who is that person? Who is that person? Who are we discussing? Who is that person? For karma yoga or sannyasa yoga is better only in relation to that person. And who is Krishna addressing? Arjuna. Who is Krishna addressing? Arjuna. And Arjuna is obviously not mature to become a sannyasi. Therefore, what he should do? Do the action that he is ought to do. He has to do the action that he ought to do. Is it okay? Yes. Louder, louder. This is purely individualistic, which cannot be discussed in a classroom. That is entirely dependent on an individual person. Don't bring that. Don't bring that in a classroom. We can only discuss the formula. The application of the formula will be individual specific. That cannot be discussed in a classroom. Yeah, that cannot be discussed in a class. Concept we can discuss. What is it? There are grades in Karma Yoga. What are the grades in Karma Yoga? Circle. The circle of identification. What is the circle of identification means? Now there are 3 important persons, and then you bring one more important person from outside. You don't produce. You bring one more person from outside, and you say this person is also important. This institution is important. Something you bring in. That is the concept. Individually, how to do will depend on so many factors which we can discuss only in an individual way, not in a classroom. The question that she asked is something individual specific. I said that cannot be discussed. That cannot be discussed in a classroom. That will be discussed only separately. In a classroom, we discuss only the concept. So yeah, okay. We move on to, we finished verse number 2 and we move on to verse number 3. Verse number 3. Nyeyassa nitya sannyasi yona dveshti na kankshati nirdvandvo hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Nyeyassa nitya sannyasi yona dveshti na kankshati Nirdvandvo hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. He should be known as a perpetual sannyasi, ascetic, who neither hates nor desires, for free from the pairs of opposites, O Mahabaho, he is easily set free from bondage. Up to 180 degrees U-turn. He has made a complete U-turn again. Clear. Previous was very clear. Of the two, ayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo visishyate. Karma yogo visishyate. Huh? Karma yoga visishyate means karma yoga is better. Karma yoga is better. Arjuna, sannyasi is easily set free from bondage. Sannyasi is easily set free from bondage. Na? Krishna, you are not answering my question. Answer my question. What is it? Yogi or sannyasi? Beautiful answer. He should be known as Nyeyaha. Nyeyaha means know that man. No. What is it? Nitya sannyasi. Nitya sannyasi means no hypocrisy. Nitya sannyasi means no hypocrisy. Nitya sannyasi means one who has matured and will not fall back again. Nitya sannyasi means one who has matured, who will not fall back again. Whatsoever the temptation is, he will not fall back again. Yeah. See, I may not fall for a Barbie doll. I may not fall for a teddy bear, but I may fall for iPhone new model. When is it coming? What is this new model car? Somewhere a person falls. Who is a Nitya sannyasi, perpetual sannyasi? Perpetual sannyasi means who has outgrown, where the possibility of fall is not at all there. That is what is known as Nitya sannyasi, who neither hates nor desires. Who is free from the pairs of opposites? He will be effortlessly, he will get free from bondage. Abdina, what does it mean? You want to be free from bondage will require lot of effort, Arjuna. And don't get scared about effort. Don't try to escape the effort. He will escape. He will be effortlessly. That's what he says. He is easily Sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Sukham bandhat pramuchyate. He will be like so free. Very easily he will be set from. He will be free from bondage. Why? Karma Yoga is managing the obstacle. Sannyasi has transcended the obstacle. Karma Yogi is managing the obstacle. Ignorant person is a victim of the obstacle. Ajnani. A Karma Yogi is managing the obstacle. Sannyasi has transcended the obstacle. What are the obstacles? What is obstacle? Raga Dvesha. Raga Dvesha. A Karma Yogi is managing it. A sannyasi has kind of, when we say transcended means, except one or two things, he has transcended the rest. In that sense, he has transcended. Even sannyasi has a few. But then we wouldn't, in a sannyasi, we wouldn't call it as Raga Dvesha. We only say he has Mumukshatva and Guru Seva. So we will not call as Raga Dvesha because the opposite doesn't exist. Are you able to follow the difference? Ajnani is involved in Raga Dvesha. A Karma Yogi He's trying to manage it. Manage it means what? What is managing Raga Dvesha? Frequency, intensity, recovery. For a sannyasi, these things don't. For a sannyasi, these things doesn't exist. Are you able to follow now? Therefore, Raga Dvesha. Raga means attachment. Dvesha means aversion. Likes and dislikes. Likes and dislikes we use in a very liberal way. What Raga Dvesha actually means is attachment and aversion. Attachment and aversion. I can understand what you are saying, sir, but I can't do it. What does it mean? Are you able to follow? I really understand all this, but I can't do it. Now, what does it mean? Are you able to follow? Attachment. This is called raga. Raga for something is so strong that it wouldn't allow you to listen. Yeah. It wouldn't allow you to listen. A karma yogi recognizes that he is a victim of Raga Dvesha and he wants to come out of it. A sannyasi has, so what is the goal of, now what is the goal of karma yogi? Managing Raga Dvesha, transcending Raga Dvesha. Correct? Huh? Who is a sannyasi? Who's a sannyasi? Moksha. That's it. Nothing, anything other than liberation. But there is a father and mother there. There is the wife and children there. There is this there. There is that there. Karma yogi will say, I need to attend to that also. Sannyasi will say what? Which father? Which mother? Which wife? He will ask that. But your wife, your family, your children, you are this. Sannyasi says, I have no particular association with anybody. I have no particular association with anybody. I have a universal association with everybody, but nothing in particular. Are you able to follow? To such a person who has moksha alone as the goal of life, moksha alone as a 24/7 occupation, where he doesn't have anything, any other thing, for him, sukham bandhat pramuchyate. He will effortlessly be free from bondage. For a karma yoga, it requires a lot of effort. For Arjuna, archery is effortless because he has already done much effort in that. For Arjuna, archery is effortless. But what Arjuna is thinking is, because I have become effortless in one, I should be effortless in everything. No. I may be effortlessly talking yogi, sannyasi, jnani and all that. Yeah. Suddenly, if my mother says, make sambar, I will be standing in front of the stove only looking at it. She will keep the vessel, she will go do all over the place, she will come back exactly at the time when it has to be Switched off, she will come. Effortless. Are you able to follow? Effortlessness in one doesn't mean you will become effortless in everything. More so in higher. More so in higher. That's a mistake that people. That's a mistake that people make. Krishna says, Arjuna, for you, Karma Yoga is. For you, Karma Yoga is better. Sannyasi gets moksha very fast. How much ever you try to corner that man, you cannot corner a wise man. You cannot corner a madman also. You cannot corner a wise man also. How much ever you try to ask, he keeps coming back to this. He keeps coming back to the truth. Why? Because it is the truth. What is it? A karma yogi follows the path of sannyasa. A karma yogi follows the path of karma, not sannyasa. A karma yogi follows the path of managing raga dvesha, transcending raga dvesha. A sannyasi practices two things. Sannyasi practices two things. What are the few things that the sannyasi practices? Sannyasi practices Mahavakya inquiry, Mahavakya vichara, meditation, Guru Seva. Mahavakya vichara, meditate, Nididhyasanam, meditation, Guru Seva. These are the few things that he will be practicing. Are you able to follow? So, of the two, who will manage? Who will attain it faster? Sannyasi will attain it faster. It's like saying, who will reach Mumbai faster? You can't answer that question. Are you able to follow? Who will reach Mumbai faster? Then we can say who will reach faster. Are you able to follow? Who will reach Mumbai faster? Say where they are stationed now. If you can't say where they are stationed now, how can you say who will reach faster? Okay. One person has just gotten into the car. Another person is deciding whether to go or not, still indecisive. Another person has gotten into the car. Another person has just reached Pune. Another person has reached Karjatlam Danditar. Who will reach Mumbai faster? If you don't know the geography, don't worry. That fellow who has crossed Karjat will reach Mumbai faster. Why? Because he has already done the journey. Can you follow? Because he has already done the journey, he will effortlessly reach, because he has already done that. How do I know where do I belong to? How do I know where do I belong to? First indication. Do you have hatred? Do you have dvesha? Are you able to follow? First question. How do I know whether do I belong to Karma Yogi or Sannyasi? Krishna gives direct indicators. Do you have hatred? Generally, I don't have hatred, sir, but when I see people doing wrong things, no, that I can't stand. When I see people selfish, no, I can't stand. And when I see people, no, who are like, otherwise, I really don't hate. Question is, do you have? Now, what causes hatred is not the point. Do you have hatred? Sannyasi will have no such hatred. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. He doesn't change the story at all. கிருஷ்ணா இந்த கர்மயோகம் எல்லாம் விட்டுருங்க, ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்குது. பக்தியை பத்தி பேசலாம் இப்போ. How do I know whether I belong to the bhakta or not? Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Oh my God. Oh, அப்படின்னா பக்தி. No, let us forget bhakti. Now, ஞானம் seems to be very easy because கேட்டுனே இருந்தா போறமே. ஞானம் seems to be very easy. So we will practice jnana yoga. He says, asanga shastrena dridena. Asanga shastrena dridena chitva. Do you have the sword of detachment? 18th chapter, Krishna, tell me what should I do now? Karma yoga is not possible. Bhakti yoga seems to be very difficult. Jnanam seems to be impossible. Now what should I do? Are you able to follow? Look at the beautifully he says. What is the indicator of a sannyasi? First indicator of a sannyasi is he doesn't have hatred. Swamiji, like a joke, he says, no? Swamiji, I can't except my mother-in-law. I don't have hatred towards anybody else. He says, do you have the seed of hatred in you? What is the seed of hatred? What is the seed of hatred? What is the seed of hatred? The seed of hatred is there in everybody. It just needs a conducive environment to manifest. The seed is there in everybody. In sannyasi, that seed is not there. You're able to see the difference? In everybody, the seed is there. All it requires is a conducive environment to manifest. I don't have hatred generally, sir, but on the Pakistan, nada, I can't. Otherwise, I don't have any hatred. First thing. Second, hatred. The seed of hatred comes from attachment. The seed of hatred comes from possessiveness, attachment. That's the seed. As long as you are attached to something, there will be the hatred. The potential hatred, the seed for hatred. A sannyasi is a very wise person. What is his wisdom? Because of his understanding, so wise he is, he has such a right understanding that he wouldn't have hatred. Are you able to follow the difference? The first thing. Second thing he says is, he should be known as a perpetual sannyasi, no hatred. First indication. So where do I belong to? Intensity of hatred, frequency, intensity, and recovery. Second indication is nitya sannyasi, desire. Yeyasya nitya sannyasi yona dveshti na kankshati. Kankshati means, in English we have to translate it as desire. Kankshati means a intense desire. It's not just desire, intense. What does intense desire means? Intense desire means, I spoke about the gradations of desires, no? What is the gradation of desire? Intense desire means, idu illana I cannot live without. If it is not there, I cannot live. That is kankshati. How many things you have kankshati towards? How many things you have kankshati towards? Idu illanna I cannot. If it is not there, I cannot live. There is a whole lot of it. Yona dveshti na kankshati. Yona dveshti na kankshati. The third thing is free from the pairs of opposite dvandvas. Free from the pairs of opposites, dvandvas. What is freedom from dvandvas means? What is freedom from dvandvas means? Remember that story? The saint keeps on asking, is that so? Is that so? The whole town came and said, you are the best. He said, is that so? The princess got into a trouble in life, and then they asked, who did this to you? Not knowing what to do, she said, it is the sannyasi who did this. And the whole town came and said, you are the worst. You are the worst hypocrite criminal. He said, is that so? And then they came back and prostrated and said, we made a mistake. Again he said, is that so? Are you able to follow? Transcended the pairs of opposites. Meaning his attention, his single pointed focus is easily set free from bondage. He is not saying he is a sthita prajna. Understand the difference. Sannyasi is not a sthita prajna. Sthita prajna is an enlightened person. Sannyasi is very close to becoming a sthita prajna. The sannyasa definition itself looks like he is a. The sannyasa definition itself will look like sthita prajna, but that is not sthita prajna. Who is he? A sannyasi. Nyayas nitya sannyasi, and that nitya sannyasi is easily free from bondage. He effortlessly reaches that state, and we have seen this any number of times. Effortlessness comes out of much effort. Effortlessness comes out of much effort. If you see something in somebody so effortless, means what you should recognize, what you should understand. Much effort has gone into it. For it is that much effort that makes it effortless. So who is a sannyasi? Sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Sannyasi finds himself no desires, almost no desires. When he says almost no desires, means he also has a desire. What is his desire called? What is the desire for sannyasi called? Ragadvesha, you will not say. What is the desire for sannyasi called? I already said it. The desire of a sannyasi is called mumukshatva. The desire for a sannyasi is called mumukshatva. He also has a desire. What is that desire? Mumukshatva. Gratitude to the guru who is helping that person. So guru seva and mumukshatva is sannyasa. Who is a karma yogi? Managing the obstacle. Recognized that there is an obstacle and he is managing, that is karma yogi. Who is an ignorant worldly person? Indiscriminately pampering the likes and dislikes, not even recognizing that as an obstacle. So who is a karma yogi? Yogi, sannyasi, jnani. The sequence. Now who's a yogi? A yogi has recognized the obstacle and he is managing the obstacle. Recognize the obstacle and managing the obstacle. Managing the obstacle happens in grades. Managing the obstacles happens in grades. What is managing the obstacle happening in grade means? Other than the three words: frequency, intensity, recovery. That is managing the raga dvesha in grades. So as you are doing this Karma Yoga and Shravana Manana every day, the frequency of Raga Dvesha will be less, intensity will be less, recovery also will be faster. That is Karma Yoga, managing this. And then as you continue to do this, that's why people ask how to manage Raga Dvesha, Shravana Manana and this. Even if you stop doing one, you wouldn't be able to manage. So everyday Shravana Manana plus Karma Yoga would help you to manage the Raga Dvesha. That is the Karma Yogi. And who is the sannyasi? Who's a sannyasi? First thing, he has no dvesha, nadveshti. Nadveshti means he has no dvesha, he has no hatred. No hatred means he is loving, compassionate. Vedanta doesn't use the word loving and compassionate at all, because everybody believes that they are loving and compassionate. That is why Vedanta will not use the word love and all. They use the word dvesha. Do you have hatred? Do you have hatred? Yes, sir. I don't have hatred at all, except na avladha. And the except vandirthanaale go back to Karma Yoga. What is that? When I see somebody not doing, people tell me, generally and all, even that person I really love, sir. What I can't stand is when the person doesn't do things properly, I can't stand. When the person doesn't do things rightly, I can't stand. Are you able to follow? Who are you to set the standard? Are you the standard? Who are you to set the standard? Are you the standard? Karma Yogi by Shravana Manana fights all this. I am not the standard. Who am I to set the standard? Everybody acts according to their nature. If I do this, this is my problem. I can't force the all this blah 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 blah. I'm not getting into these details. But one thing that Karma Yogi tries to fight is dvesha. Sannyasi has no hatred. That is why sannyasi says, I understand. Sannyasi says, I understand. Hatred doesn't have. Are you able to follow? Sannyasi may also try and correct. That is why I said not this class, two classes before. I said, does anger happen or you choose to get angry? Sannyasi will choose to get angry because he will use anger as a tool to correct. He is not, even when he is acting angry, his blood pressure and all is not risen. Are you able to follow the difference? Are you able to understand now? There is no hatred. He may also try and take the corrective action. We are not discussing about the corrective action. We are talking about his internal state of no dvesha. Where there is no dvesha, dvesha I don't have, sir. I'll just gossip for a while, that's all. Dvesha I don't do. I'll just freely tear open the other person. Yeah, tear open the other. Are you able to follow? Dvesha it is. Dvesha it is. First thing the sannyasi has is no dvesha, no hatred. Second thing is, he has no. Second thing he says, no desires. No desires. No desires means That is why whatever comes, he is happy with it. He doesn't plan for any acquisition. He doesn't plan for any acquisition. If his existing acquisition goes away, he will not sit and cry. In that sense, he is free from desires. He will not plan to acquire anything. Whatsoever is acquired, if it is lost, he will not sit and cry over it. It means he is a sannyasi. The second qualification. The third qualification is free from the pairs of opposites. What is freedom from the pairs of opposites? Freedom from pairs of opposites means freedom from the external. He is free from the external, he is free from the internal. Dvandvas means the world, the external. Dvesha and Kankshati means internal. So he is free from the internal disturbances, he is free from the external disturbances. He attains Sukham Bandha Pramuchyate. Sukham Bandhat Pramuchyate. This person gains Sukham very soon. Very soon means effortlessly he will attain moksha. So, ulta, 180 degrees turn. Previous verse, very clear. What? Karma yogo sa visishyate. You will excel. In this verse, sannyasi gets moksha effortlessly. Sannyasi, we have understood, not the awkward rope person. We are not demeaning the awkward rope people saying they are all wrong or bad. Sannyasi doesn't mean that awkward rope thing. Sannyasa means what? Mumukshatva. Sannyasa means mumukshatva and guru seva. Avlada. Mumukshatva and guru seva. Are you okay? That person who has only these two attain moksha. Different from yogi, different from sannyasi is a sthita prajna, enlightened one. Who's an enlightened person? Who's an enlightened person? He is neither worried about dvesha, kanksha. He is neither worried about mukshatva. He is neither worried about guru seva. He is not worried about any of these things because he has. All this is, as long as you are part of the dream, you have to do all this. Sthita prajna is one who has woken up from the dream. For the person who has woken up from the dream, there is nothing. Anyone follow? Person who has mukshatva is sannyasi. A person who has attained realization and says Aham Brahmasmi is a sthita prajna. Is it okay? With this, I conclude for today. Let me quickly see what is it. There are so many things that is typed. Oh, okay. All are typed for advice is context and person specific. Correct. Difference between sannyasi and jnani. In this context, sannyasi means a person who has mumukshatva. Jnani means a self-realized one. In this context, yogi, sannyasi, jnani. Yogi, sannyasi, jnani. In this context, sannyasi means one who has mumukshatva. Jnani means one who is realized. So, jnani equals sthita prajna. Jnani equals sthita prajna in this context. In some other words, he will say jnani to me a sannyasi. In some other context, he will use the word jnani to mean a karma yogi also. That is where we feel like agreeing with Arjuna and saying, Krishna, modalla get your vocabulary and everything correct and say one thing clearly, because he keeps changing. What is mumukshatva? What is mumukshatva? Mumukshatva is an understanding that all experiences are temporary, and what is it? What is it beyond it? That is mumukshatva. The intense desire to know what is permanent, because all that is known is temporary. All that is known is temporary. Mumukshatva is wanting the intense desire to know what is permanent. There is something which is permanent. Wanting to experience it is mumukshatva. Burning desire, suffocation. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's example for mumukshatva. What is Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's example for mumukshatva? When you push a man's head in under water. Yeah. If the head is put into water, they do that, no? Movie they show, no, police torture. What do? They cover the face and make the fellow lie down and start pouring buckets of water. That man is suffocated to death. Immediately take him out and say, tell me the truth. That fellow will say that is mumukshatva, where ready to do anything to attain moksha. That is mumukshatva. Sannyasi is one who has mumukshatva. That is why most of the things the sannyasi says, we find it impractical, unacceptable. Because he will say all this is temporary. I have no interest in anything temporary. We will say he is very indifferent. He is very callous. He doesn't have any he doesn't have any concern at all. He is so selfish. That's why it is very difficult to understand a sannyasi. For mumukshatva itself is very difficult to comprehend. With this, we conclude for today and we continue with verse 4 next session.